Hi, Erin. How are you?
Hi, Erin.
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Well, congratulations to you and the cast for this 7-episode scripted fiction comedy podcast series. Maybe talk about what made you decide to put this all together.
Yeah, last time I was on, one of the times I talked about a way to forgiveness, which was my journey after my divorce, and so this is a very different now that I'm on the other side and back to being single, and just a look at the life of when you're a devout Catholic trying to find love again, and so write what you know. So after many conversations with friends and about the state of being Catholic in our United States, it seemed like a funny show that a lot of people would relate to. So I put this together and did 7 episodes to get people interested in the first season.
Wonderful. And your main character's name is Cecilia. How did you craft this character? Is she based off anyone in particular? Tell us a little bit about her.
Yeah, and the name, of course, Saint Cecilia, many of the characters are named after some of our saints. And she is kind of loosely based, just the germ of the idea, that she is back into the dating world after a long marriage. So, lifted that from life experience. But she is recently widowed, and she had moved to Las Vegas with her husband, and then he passed away suddenly. And so she's in this kind of a very fish out of water situation. She has a best friend who is a priest, which I thought you don't often see that side of a priest, the humanity, the friendship. So I wanted to show that. And they have known each other since they were young. And so it's a lot about friendship and it's her finding love again, being really encouraged by everybody in her life. And her priest best friend's younger sister comes into town, and they become roommates. And so it's a fun little band of people, different types of relationships than the usual show about friends like in a city finding love, that they're all just the same age and kind of very similar. I wanted to show a lot of different types of relationships and slightly different ages.
Yeah, it's great. And I understand each of the 7 episodes has one of the 7 deadly sins as its theme. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I wanted to have, some time theme. And I thought, even if you're not Christian, you might probably have heard of the 7 deadly sins. And so it seemed like a little bit of an accessible theme to everybody. And calling it Confessions of a Catholic Single, it is framed each episode with a confession. And so it's to really encourage people to go back to confession if they haven't been in a while, and to show the graces that come from frequent confession. You don't have to wait till you do something really, really terrible. It's those small little ways that sin can enter our lives. And so she, even if it's anger, it might not seem like this huge sin of anger, but it is how anger has impacted her life that week. And so it's because I did try to blend strong faith elements with the humor and to show both sides to her personality.
Sure.
Beautiful. And so this is interesting because you're a creative, I'm a creative, but this probably took a lot of technical work for you as well. And I think that can be something that intimidates people from the creative process, because it's like, but how does one produce an original podcast? Can you tell us a little bit about that? Maybe offer some words of encouragement about how someone takes a dream into a finished product that can be brought out into the world?
Well, to quote Nike, I guess just do it. I mean, 'cause otherwise you just got projects sitting on the shelf. But I enjoy learning different things, and I really particularly enjoy, even though I've never pursued anything with audio, sound. When I was in grade school, I had a memory where the teacher did play for us an old time radio show, and it just blew my little 12-year-old mind that my imagination could be sparked by hearing the creak of a door and all of that. And so I really tapped into that, and I had a lot of fun, recording Foley in my apartment and going on YouTube. I mean, God bless the people that put how-to videos up on YouTube, because that's how I learned so much stuff. I just watch a YouTube video and learn how to do it.
That's absolutely incredible.
Talk about the cast that you have that you put together too.
Yeah, it's great. We had mostly Catholic actors that I had known, but there's agnostic, a Jewish gal, Muslim, so it's a very ecumenical cast, but a lot of them were Catholics that I knew in the industry. Katie Bodenhammer plays Cecilia. She and I have worked together on a couple of projects before, and she's a very devout, faithful Catholic as well. And I just knew like her sense of humor would be perfect, and she would totally get what I was going for the main character. And Kristen Jacek, she's actually from Massachusetts, who plays Agnes. And I had never worked with her before, but as soon as she read for it, she just knocked it out of the park, and it was amazing. And there's actually 23 actors that voiced some of it. There's 4 lead actors, but there's a lot of people that come in just for a little bit. There's a speed dating section at the first episode, which was fun to get actors that had been in LA that had left since the pandemic, and I just had them record where they were, and they sent it to me, and I was able to put it all together.
That's great.
Well, this is a super exciting project. I'm so excited to listen and watch. And how can people access this work?
Yeah, it's up on all major podcast platforms. It's on Spotify, it's on Samsung, Apple, but all of that is linked on my website. It's -entertainmentllc.com, and we're on social media, and just put Confessions of the Catholic Single, and you can find us. And they're just 10-minute episodes. Episode 5 just came out a couple hours ago, so it's hot off the press.
Well, congratulations, Erin, on everything and your wonderful work, and I wish you all the best.
Thanks so much for being with us, Erin. Take care.